Hello and welcome to another episode of MUGA, a bank holiday special. It's a bank holiday special. It's just being recorded on the bank holiday. I'm joined by two regular members of the team. Quickly introduce them. Dr. Michael, how are you?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. I'm used to this by now. I'm used to the Sunday come downs, as we call it. So yeah, is what it
Carl.
is.
Yeah. Good brother Reemz, how you doing, brother?
Yeah, I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing okay. I'm
Yeah.
little, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, I'm all right. I'm in a place of contentment right now. I'm just the only thing that could get my post flowing right now is Europa League. So
Fair enough, brother. That's all.
Mm.
That's all.
none of the prem games matter. You know what I mean?
That's all we've got left at this point. I
Yeah.
think your point, Michael, we lose most weekends now, so that's the vibe of this pod every Monday. Just talking about how we contrive to lose a game again. We've become more used to it than at any time during
We
this
find
past.
new creative ways every
Well,
week.
Yeah, that's
all
all
How will
it
we
is.
lose
man.
next
Saying
week?
the same thing in a different way. Yeah.
How we-
Name of this pod. How will we lose next week?
Oh god, this team. Before I start, gotta do the usual and plug the socials. It's TLF_Mugga on Twitter. Sebi is doing a darn right job of trying to protect all things Marcus Rashford, all things Aston Villa. What I also realize is that there are people who follow the Twitter account who don't listen to the podcast, so they get none of the context, and at times can feel like we're a Manchester United podcast who now support Aston Villa. So I'm going to try and do my best darnest to get on there a bit more and tweet to show that it's just one rogue member who won't come on a pod, mind you. Also got TLF_Mugga on YouTube. Subscribe. That's where the pod visuals come out. If you're someone who wants the pod visuals early, i.e. the same morning the audio comes out, subscribe to the Patreon. And we also do the weekly player ratings on the Patreon as well. So subscribe, support us that way too. All right, guys, let's get into it. Sunday, 2 p.m. kickoff, and that's probably going to be where most of our games sit until we get knocked out of the Europa League. If we get knocked out of the Europa League, we had a Wolves team who've been in great form. How are you feeling going into it, Reemz?
After the Leon game, Amram said for the league right now we're gonna start focusing on some young players. So I was quite excited, to be honest. I was gonna see some of the young attackers I've been waiting to get a chance in the first team. But obviously when I seen the lineup, I know there's a lot of these little accounts you see on Twitter now that just have these little leaks and these little, you know what I mean, that said a few things that was saying a few things like Okonki starting, Chido starting, all these kind of things in it. So I didn't really know what to expect. But when I seen the lineup, it was okay. Like I seen the front three, and I was like, we're not scoring a goal with this front three. I know that for a fact. But I was excited to see Tyler Fredrickson. I thought that was quite cool that he was playing. Harry Amass as well, another start for him. He's really pushing on as a first team player. So I just watched to see them kids just to see how they got on, and I was impressed with them. So yeah. It was disappointing though. I want to see maybe a Jack Morehouse, a Sekou Kone, maybe a player like that. There were some people saying that Morehouse picked up a little ankle injury. He was on the bench against Leon, so somehow between Leon and Sunday, he's picked up ankle injury. Yeah,
good luck.
Yeah. So terrible, isn't it? But yeah, we'll see going forward. We'll see. Like I feel like he'll keep to his word and play, especially like during the Bilbao games. Like, you know, the Premier League games you have sandwich in between those two ties. I reckon he'll rotate even heavier.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the team he put out, I really wasn't expecting us to score, to be honest.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I feel like we played well. I feel like we deserve to score. Well, no, deserve the right one. I feel like we created enough opportunities to score. Yeah. Wolves didn't create a chance. Let's have it right. They didn't create a chance the entire game. They had 2 shots on target. I think one of them was like a pot shot that Onana caught, and the other one was the free kick that they slapped top bins. Like that was it. We had several numerous. We dominated the ball. As I said, limited Wolves' creativity. And this is a team that's in good form as well. I thought like Tyler Fredrickson was fantastic. The way he
Yeah, I have never heard I've not heard his name before.
so he was
rated?
a part of our FA Youth Cup winning team 2022.
Okay.
He was in a centre back partnership with Reece Bennett. He missed the final. I think he was in the lineup for the final. I think he got ill. He got replaced by Louis Jackson.
Okay.
All of these guys, Louis Jackson, Tyler Fredrickson, Jack Kingdom, they probably all amalgamate into like one person to like people that don't really like follow the academy. They all probably like the same person to you lot. But yeah, Tyler Fredrickson, he was good. He was always highly rated in that group. And that's interesting now. That's Garnacho, McNeil, Gore, Mainu, Kambuala, and now Fredrickson. If I'm not missing it, that's six players from that FA Youth Cup winning group that's debuted in the first team. I don't know if Joe Hugo's ever debuted in the first team.
No, I don't think he was.
Yeah, but like that group was really good. So Tyler Fredrickson was a part of that group, and he was really highly rated out of that group. Couple in the couple years since injuries, he's literally pretty much like missed so much time with injuries in it. But like on the Ten Hag, he made the bench a few times. He made the bench. He made the bench early as well, early on the Ten Hag as well, like his first season, and then the season after that just decimated with injuries in it. So I feel like Amorim clearly rates him because he had him on the bench a few times before he made his debut. So like this is not like he's not like one of these up and coming kids that's breaking through now like a Kukonki is, or you know what I mean. This is someone that's been around and like his pathway stagnated. So Amorim's clearly seen something that he likes, and he's played a bunch in the 21s this season, and he hasn't really stood out. Honestly, like that's probably why no one's talking about him. That's probably why you guys haven't heard about him, because like he's missed loads of times with injuries, and when he's played, he just hasn't really stood out. People are more excited about the younger kids coming through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like he's always been talented, and I'm actually surprised. I'm actually surprised at how well he played. He held up like, as I said, Strand Larsen's a big 6'4", 6'5" physical.
Yeah,
he scored in like.
He's in great form at the minute.
Yeah, and Tyler was manhandling him. Good on the ball, could pass the ball off of both feet. He's not that tall, but he jumps high. Like he was winning all his aerial duels.
I checked. I saw 6 foot and out before the game. I was like, ugh. But he was really solid, man.
He was getting up there. I'm telling you. So yeah, no, that's good from him, man. He's giving himself a platform there. And Harry Amas again done really well. I felt like defensively, I felt like he held up really well. A few dangerous crosses into the box. He's got nice little
whip it, yeah.
Yeah, and he's got nice little tricky feet as well. Like can like beat a press with his dribbling. He looks good as well. But yeah, it'll be nice to see a couple more of them attacking players come through. Rasmus Højlund.
Where do you stand with Rasmus nowadays? I don't know if you've watched that last 40 shots. You've been watching those last 40 shots come.
You know what, bro? I don't have no problem with the shit. I reckon if there's one thing about him that is all right, is the shooting. Is everything else that's just pissing me off. Like Chido came on, and like with Chido's like first action, he's pinned the centre back, trapped the ball, laid it off, spun off, and then we have an attack through. And I'm like, bro, like. This is a 17-year-old kid, that's coming on against Premier League centre-backs that could do this with his first action on the pitch, and we can't expect that from Højlund. He's on the pitch 70, 80 minutes. I'm just like, bro, this is embarrassing, man. This is embarrassing. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's like he needs a goal. He needs a goal in it, but sometimes you need to help.
He scored against Leicester, didn't he?
Yeah, like we can't, like we're trying to spoon feed him goals, and he's just a step early or a step late. Like sometimes you have to help. You have to help facilitate it yourself as well, and you can't do it. So like, I don't know where it's going to come from. But
there was a point you made a few years ago now, maybe a year or two ago, when we were talking about Jadon Sancho, and you're like, oh, he's really good with like action in the box in the final third. And you're like, but you also have to help us get there.
He does nothing to help us get there. If anything, he's a detriment to us getting there, because every time the ball comes to him, the attack breaks down.
Yeah, every single time, man. Every single time. I don't really know what to do with him, because he's athletic, but kind of
on paper his skill set is like, on paper he should be a nuisance. Like on paper he should be giving centre backs a hard time. But centre backs, oh my god, they're sleeping. They got their AC on the night before they play United, and they know they're coming up against Højlund. They have the best sleep of the year. I'm telling you. Hot cup of cocoa. I'm telling you, they might even put on a little Grey's Anatomy or something on the TV. They don't even get an early night. They don't even need to get an early night. They know they got Højlund.
Season 1 to 10, man.
He had one chance. He had one chance.
Flipping
He had
hell,
that
bro.
chance where he dubs the centre back on the halfway line, little
Oh
cross
my
turn.
That was nice.
Him.
As he ran, he looks
Mate.
so unsure.
Him. That's everything that should be good about Hoyland. He trapped the ball, got himself in between the centre back, hit the skill, and like he's so agile, he's so big, he's so fast and agile. Like that's what I'm trying to say. Like
Yeah, he dubs him nicely.
Yeah,
His decision making at the end.
and he dubs them and he moved him off the ball as well, like physically. That's why the guy ate grass. And then you're through on goal, you're on your strong foot, you look up, you have options. What the hell did he do?
It's because he wants a goal. I think he did that because he wants a goal and he's just trying his best to get a goal. He got very greedy. And there was two guys in better positions and he thought he would try to take my man on. But I think if he's in form, he passes that. I think because he's desperate, he goes with a harder option. He goes and tries to take a shot, which obviously gets blocked. So, but yeah, he needs something to come off. Or the old school saying, he needs to go off his backside. He just needs one that comes off his shin, anything like that, toe poke,
like you mentioned, he scored the one against Leicester, but like he just has you think like every time
he didn't build on that. Yeah, he didn't build.
Yeah, here's a chance for you now to build. It's just.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Bro's got to go. I think it's the
He needs a loan.
Yeah, say what we spent 70 million on him. Now after 2 seasons, we want to bin him. Woo! Yeah, we have to try and recruit some value. We've seen the benefit of loaning out a player like Anthony, and we've seen it with Sancho. It may just be a case of a loan, hoping he goes away, comes back, and he can be reintegrated. Because what is he? How old is he? What, 21, 22?
He's 22.
22, young, man. So he could go away for a year, come back at 24, and still have a good career. Yeah.
Well, if he goes out on loan, like he could go somewhere like on loan with maybe like an option to buy. If he scores some goals, we could maybe recoup some value on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
But like, for example, if we put him out on loan and we bring in like an Osimhen or Liam Delap and they bang off, he ain't coming back here. You know? What I mean?
Yeah. That's what it's like, man. It's what it is.
Best case scenario is like if we try to sell him this summer, his value is going to be rock bottom. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like the better thing to do would be to send him out on loan with an option and see what see what he's like outside of this environment. You know what I mean? See if there's a player there that's
let him go back to Italy.
Yeah, man.
Season or so,
maybe a Napoli or something. I don't know.
Get his game right, man. I guess so. All right, cool. Want to ask you guys about Dorgu, who played at right wing back. Thought he would look better than he usually does, actually. And I think somebody in the MUGA chat made a point that that's where he was playing at Lecce before we signed him on the right hand side. I don't know if there's any truth in that, but I thought he looked.
He played a lot of games on the right. I think Dorgu's been good either way, but I feel like from the right wing, he whipped in a couple of them crosses that dropped into that little no man's land area that the centre back can't get and the keeper can't come for it, but no one gambled. No, twice he put it in there, no one gambled. I thought defensively, like he's just strong, like he's just physical, like
he's a proper athlete.
Fast, like he can stop counter attacks because he's so quick. He got the recovery pace, like he wins all his duels in the air, on the ground, like he's aggressive. And at first I was kind of worried about that because when he got the red card, I was like, he's aggressive, but is he reckless? But like he's been and he's up against on that left hand side. He's up against Aït-Nouri and Cunha, right? Which is like Wolves' two most teched out players. You know what I mean? And he held it down against them. So yeah, and obviously like every game now I can give you an example of a chance where he should have had an assist, and if we had a real striker, he probably would have. But yeah, I don't know. The kid's 20 years old. There's a lot to work with there. I like him.
Yeah, he's coming mid-season and is not like I can't think you can put too many fingers at him. Like I'm not saying he's pulling up trees, but he's definitely not stinking out the place.
Yeah, I'll be intrigued to see how he continues to grow and develop as the team gets more players in. Because what's clear in this team is that those wing backs get a lot of time and a lot of space, and them being dangerous is so key to like teams respecting us and the team having that confidence to not kind of push back into that back five we sometimes play when we just feel like, if we just flood the back line, we'll keep a clean sheet. It means that you can barely get the ball up the pitch because by the time you get to the halfway line, all your players are this side of the goal. And so yeah, I'll be intrigued to see how he does as the team hopefully starts to get better. I don't think there's anyone else I necessarily want to call out or ask you guys about their performance. Is there anyone else you guys want to mention? Garnacho, Kobe?
I'm not rocking with Kobe in this 10 position at all. If he's gonna play as a 10, if he's gonna play as a 10, he needs to play on the right hand side because he combines better from that side. I don't know from the left, like I don't know the angles. I don't know. For me, he's looked better as a 10 coming out of that right hand side pocket. But yeah, he's a centre mid man. Let's put him a centre mid. Flipping hell.
Yeah, it's a no brainer really, and especially midfielders struggle to get the ball forward. He just doesn't get as many touches as you'd want him to get in a game.
Garnacho is shit, yeah, but
you give the brother a chance. He's young too. He's only 20 as well.
He's 20.
Dogu some grace.
He's 20. Garnacho's 21.
That's 21. Okay.
Wow, time flies, man.
Yeah, and he's played a lot more football than Dogu has. He's played a lot more football than Dogu has.
He's been in the first team for a few years.
Yeah, he's been in the first team since he was like 18. But yeah, flipping. But to be fair to him, you don't even let me finish my point. But to be fair to him, he created like 3 clear-cut chances. Like at the end of the day, despite all his flaws, like to the credit to him, he at least like he's so relentless. He makes things happen. Like Højlund is like Garnacho causes a hard time. Like sometimes like it usually don't amount to nothing because we know why. But like since he come back from his little exile, his crossing off his left foot has been really good. Like I'll give it like consistently. Like he's been finding people consistently with cutbacks. Like the assist he got against Leon again, that was a great assist. But bro, like Garnacho, I feel like especially in the second half, Garnacho turned it up and like he actually was creating some serious opportunities. But man, who else?
Funny enough, off the left,
I thought Christian Eriksen was good. I was cussing like Christian Eriksen still getting minutes because we know he's cutting, but he actually played good in this game. And I think it's because like when we have a lot of the ball and Christian Eriksen is deep, he can get into his little passing bag and we know he has that range of passing that ain't ever gonna go. He can't move anymore, but he still has that distribution. I thought the backline was cool. I thought Onana didn't really have much to do. He just got packed in. Like he didn't really have nothing else to do. He just got packed in. Mazraoui was really good. Lindelof was. Why is he still getting minutes?
I'm not sure.
Rotation, man. Rotation. We got enough centre back.
I'm not sure why he's getting minutes at all.
He got 1% centre backs that's going to be a part of the future of this club. He's not one of them. I don't know why he's still getting minutes.
Yeah, I'm really not sure either, to be honest with you. Good luck to him.
Honestly, it's just so, bro. It's like I honestly thought we played well. Honestly, I thought we could have. On a note, if we had a real striker, we could have won that game 3-0. You know what I mean? But
yeah, there were like the Højlund chance that again Garnacho set up at the
Mason Mount had two chances. Garnacho created a chance for him, cut it back middle of the penalty area, wide open. It was on his left foot, spoofed it over the bar, and then he had another chance with Eriksen. Eriksen made like a Trivela cross, and like it was good movement from Mount. That wasn't an easy chance, and but he got on the end of it. He was unmarked, you know what I mean, and he didn't make the right connection with it, you know what I mean. So those are 2 good chances. It's not like we didn't create opportunities. There was periods of time earlier in Amarim's reign when like we didn't look like we was going to score whatsoever at any point in the game. I can't say that in recent weeks. We just haven't had the quality to capitalize on it, other than in the Europa League for some reason.
No, just to jump on what Reemz was saying, I think you take Garnacho out the team right now, like we lose a hell of a lot of a pace going forward.
He's
things just slow down. Like when he's out the team right now, we don't look like remotely scoring.
Yeah, he has to play still. He's our main dynamic.
He's basically indispensable right now.
But like obviously, that's what I'm trying to say. Like that's why I'd like to see another like a player like Morehouse or someone like that. Like just someone
because just seeing the fact that Garnacho can make that level of impact, like let's have another dynamic player and give ourselves dual threat. From obviously the comps I've seen of that Morehouse, he looks like a quality ball carrier.
Because Mason Mount, like his cameos have been disappointing, man. He's like he's still You could
Right.
tell that he's a good footballer, like on a base level, like like a lot of our players can't do the basics.
Yeah.
Mason Mount isn't like that. Like he
Yes.
could trap the ball, he knows how to get his body in front of the ball and the player to win fouls, like you know what I mean? But he just isn't a dynamic threat like he used to be. Like he just doesn't.
You think he's lost the yard?
Yeah, he doesn't move as well as he used to move. You know what I mean? So I just think he's just out there running around a lot of the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just pressing.
Yeah, man. But it's just so I would just like to see another dynamic profile. You know what I mean? A Mantata or someone like that. Just see if he could give us something from a wing back position or something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, we'll see up and goes forward. This is only the first game now. We know where a goose is going to be cooked this season is going to be in the Europa League. So right now in the Premier League, it's just time for some experimenting. So it'll be nice to see that.
Yeah, I'd love to see like who's that? There's a right wing back that you
Jaden Camerson.
Not that one. His name begins with M.
Mantata.
That's it. It. Yeah, he's is he good?
Yeah, he's really good. He's young though. He just turned 17.
Okay,
but, same age as Chido.
Okay, fair.
He's been playing in the under 18 since he was a schoolboy. He's a first year now. He ripped up in the under 18s last year as an under 16. He's ripped up in the 18s this year. They've moved up to the 21s. He's ripping it up in the 21s. You know what I mean? So logically, the only next step, like you know what I mean?
Right.
Like
that's the,
you know what I mean? Like so
that's the usual.
And reports are coming out that Amarim really rates him. So we'll see.
I hope so. We should hopefully, as the weeks go on, like you say, see a couple more of these lads. Cool. You guys keep mentioning it, so I'd be remiss not to. Europa League, obviously, a classic game on Thursday. Like I said, the immediate reactions on the Patreon. Reemz, Michael, how did it unfold for you guys? I want you to take me through. I'm going to mention scores, and then I want you guys to each of you tell me how you are feeling. At that particular time. So
Mike, you want to go first?
1-0 Manchester United.
Yeah, I was at a gig. I had 2 gigs on.
For crying out loud. So... You didn't see it live as it was happening.
No, I was
my heart. Get him off the mic. Get him off the mic. Let me talk, because I was there live. I was there watching it live and direct. Roller coaster of emotions. Roller coaster.
Yeah, I caught and I was involved.
Roller coaster. Let me tell you, 1-0, yeah. Because you scored quite early, didn't we? You got it.
Yeah.
I felt like this is I was like perfect. I was like, this is the perfect start we needed. Get the crowd on side. When we score first, we usually play well. You know what I mean? We're better like when we're up than when we're chasing the game. And I was like, yeah, like, and I felt like in that first half, we limited Leon to like limited chances. We was creating chances of our own. We could have scored a few more, and then we scored on a stroke of halftime. Dallo. And going into the halftime, I'm feeling good. Like I'm feeling so good. I'm chatting shit on Twitter. I'm sending for Matic. I'm chatting. I'm out. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm feeling good. I'm just thinking to myself like, oh. In the back of my mind, you always have that itch in the back of your mind though, like, oh, like, can this team find a creative way to fuck this up?
And the answer is always yes.
But the second half starts now. And we're playing well. We're still playing well. And like Leon's not really talking about nothing. And then Garnacho breaks through on goal. And he breaks through on goal, beats his man, 1v1 with the keeper. I'm like, this is it now. When this goes in, we could chill. We have a few young bucks on the bench. We can see a few of the young bucks come on. Like, it's gonna be a nice little feel-good win. The Trafford crowd is gonna love it. We might even could go get a 4th. Garnacho kicks the ball straight at the goalkeeper. And when that happens,
what do you think of that chance, though? Do you think that it's a poor finish? Do you think
it's a horrendous finish? He has the whole goal.
Yeah,
he has the whole goal, and he kicks it right in the one place.
Yes, yeah,
people can save it. You know what I mean? And if you don't want to take my word for it, compare that finish to Mainu's finish. More difficult finish, right? But anyway, he misses that chance, and I'm watching it with my brother. And when he misses that chance, yeah. I'm like, I'm like, that bit of doubt starts creeping in the back of your mind, and you're just like, I've seen this movie a few times, and then as always happens, we can see the goal from a set piece, like the goofiest, like a goal that just looks so fucking goofy. And it's like, how the hell did that happen? Like, I don't know if you'd agree with me, Morayo, but the goal looked goofy as hell. Like it was like a ricochet, and then
Yeah.
In front of Euro.
Yeah, like.
But that's so us. Like, I don't remember a few months ago, we said, like, we seem to lose every 50-50. The ball bounces and it bounces in favor of the
I wanna ask you guys something and I see what you think about this. Do you feel like when stuff like that happens, the Old Trafford crowd contributes to how panicky the players are? I feel like they start sucking the ball into the net, bro. Like,
yeah, they do.
Like when it comes to Onana taking his goal kicks, when it comes to like us trying to play,
they know what usually happens, isn't it?
They create such an atmosphere of panic in that stadium, bro.
They do,
and the players can't cope with it. The players aren't composed enough to cope with it.
Yeah. So the minute it's even the games where that like obviously scenario against Leo, but even games where like we're playing well and then a goal out of the blue against us, rattled for like 5-10 minutes, they're just rattled and they completely go away from everything that they've been doing. But it's tough because everything the fans have seen these last few years.
PTSD. They got PTSD in that stadium. They've seen suffering, bro.
Yeah,
in that stadium. Yeah, but they've had enough. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Yeah, it's a tough environment. It's a tough environment at present, man. That's probably why a lot of players that look good in their previous situation come here and just look stinky. You know what I mean? But yeah. After that first goal went in, I just knew where it was going. I just couldn't predict how it unfolded. Like how it unfolded was nuts. The second goal. What was the second goal like?
Tagliafico.
Oh my days! Yes. Okay. So they've brought on Malik Fofana now.
Yeah.
Thank God he wasn't available. Thank God he wasn't available in the first leg.
Yeah.
They brought on Malik Fofana, and immediately they brought some dynamism and some pace onto the wing, and now they could break away. And obviously Malik Fofana's come on now. Dalot stood him up. He's cutting on his right foot, and he's whipped a wicked cross. Like he's whipped a wicked cross down to the back post, isn't it? And like, is it Maitland-Niles? Maitland-Niles has come and got on it.
Yeah.
And steered it back towards goal. And I think Harry Maguire's just ducked underneath the ball. And I'm like, I don't know why he's done that. And I don't know if it's just like
so weird.
You know that's one of them like instinctual like human reactions when you see something coming your way, you just immediately think danger and just duck under the ball. It's just one of those like brain farts. So yeah, you just had one of those brain farts, and then it's was it Tagliafico? Tagliafico's the one that's connected with it. Onana tried to keep it out, but he had been over the line before Lacazette put it in, and I'm just like, that's another goofy looking goal still.
Yeah, it looks hilarious.
And then at 2-2, you're thinking to yourself, okay, fuck, it's game on now. Let's see who's out of these two teams. Let's see who's got the more cojones to take this over the line. Yeah. And then Tolisso gets sent off. And you're thinking to yourself,
you're trying to break through.
You're thinking to yourself, cool. Do we have a chance here now? But what happens? The consequence of Tolisso getting sent off is that Leon just set up shop. And all the space that we had before that we was exploiting with like Garnacho and Dorgo and all of that, the space kind of like
goes, and now we're not creating chances.
It kind of goes away now, and now we won't create chances. And but because we have so much of the ball and have so much territory, because Leon's packed, they can hit us on the break. So obviously, when you go into extra time now, obviously we've taken off Garnacho, and we brought on Kobe Mainoo. And what was the front three we ended with? Because I'm sure we took off Højlund as well. It was like Mainoo. Was it Mainoo?
Mount? Like he was up top, wasn't he?
Mainoo was up top. Mount and Bruno, innit? I'm sure that's the front three we ended with. And there was like Ericsson and Casemiro in midfield. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So Lenny Yoro, okay, in that game, I thought he had some of his most impressive moments in the United shirt in that game.
That ball carrying was really good.
Yeah, as on the ball in that game, I felt like he was top. He's showing some new things on the ball that's like really been impressing me in recent weeks. Defensively, some strange things. And previously in the game, none of it cost us, but in extra time it did. He pushed up on Tagliafico. He didn't need to. He's too aggressive, and Tagliafico was able to flick the ball onto Fofana. And obviously that's how Fofana is able to run into our box. Dalot recovers, and takes the ball from him. And I don't know, again, goofy. I don't know how Dalot recovers, takes the ball from him, and somehow ends up like losing it again immediately, like swings at it and ends up losing it again. It goes right to like the last player you want to go to, Rayan Cherky, who's like, as we seen in the first leg, clinical, and he's just crashed it into the back of the net. Oh no, he's got no chance. Man. And when that goal goes in, yeah, let me tell you, I'm watching it in my living room. When that goal goes in, yeah, I'm like, do you know what, yeah, that's it, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's it. At that point, I'm thinking, like, at this point in time, like, because I've been adamant about this, yeah, like, I'm not gonna like drop my feet in the sand. I'm not gonna put my flag in the sand regarding Amorim until I see him get a window where he can put together a team where it's like his players, you know what I mean? Then I'll judge him based on how the team performs after that. Like, I don't feel right judging him in this scenario that he's found himself in it. But after that goal went in, I was like, you know what? Like,
yeah, I was gone. My head was gone.
It's too much in it. Like,
Yeah,
I was like,
at some point, you're like this guy, yeah. Like this guy, yeah. At this point, his job is on the line in it. So this competition is the one competition where he could kind of end the season with a silver lining and give us something to look forward to next season, innit? And that kind of, if we somehow manage to fumble the game from the position we were in, then someone's gonna have to pay the price, and it's gonna have to be him. I'm sorry.
That's what I said. Heads had to roll, bro.
Yeah, and I was like,
oh yeah, no doubt.
And I was
2-0 up at half time.
And at that point, I was like, bro, do you know what? Yeah, this team has put me through so much fuckery this season. Like, this is one step too far. So I've gone in the shower, innit? So I've left. I've gone in the shower. I've got upstairs. I've gone in the shower, innit? I'm in the shower now. By the time I've stepped out of the shower, I've peeped my phone. I'm seeing it's 4-2. And obviously on my phone, I'm seeing like this little messages on my screen from the group chat. Man mentioned his shoulder. I don't know what Shaw's done. In it. But I'm just seeing like it's popped up that's 4-2 in it. And I'm just like, whatever it is. I've come out the shower, put on my little blah blah blah. Gone back downstairs now. By the time I've gone downstairs and back into the living room, I'm seeing Bruno at the penalty spot. I'm thinking to myself, hey, what's going on here? So Bruno scores now. And at this point, I'm still dejected because we're still down, you know what I mean? And I'm still in the season mode, innit? So I'm watching the game now, and I'm looking at the clock, and I'm like, you know, there's a bit of time here, innit? Like, if they could at least get a goal and take it to penalty shootout, and we'll see what's what, innit? And at this point, Bruno scored a goal, and we're dominating. So Kobe Mainoo scores his goal. And when Kobe Mainoo scores his goal, yeah, like that state of depression I was in, the goal was so cold, it shocked me back into life. I was like, that goal defibrillate. I was like, I was defibrillator. If it was a meaty goal, if it was just like maybe from like a corner, like Harry Maguire's headed it in, I would have been like, all right, cool. That goal was so fucking cold, it shocked me back into life. Because of how sick it was and how the commentators were reacting and how the Old Trafford crowd was reacting, I was back up. And
then his celebration as well gassed me, man.
Oh my days! And I was thinking, and as soon as that goal went, I was thinking to myself, we could fucking go win this, bro. And I was like, I said to my brother, I was like, yo, bro, like they could go win this, you know. And then Robbie Savage was like, go and get the winner. And I was like, yeah, like I was like, fuck the penalty shootout. And then, bro, we know what happens a minute later, bro. I can't lie. In the last 2 seasons have probably been the shittest 2 seasons I've experienced as a United fan, yeah. And they've probably given me 2 of my favorite moments I've ever had as a United fan. The Ahmad goal versus Liverpool last season, and this comeback here was like one of them comebacks that like remind you why you became a football fan in the first place. Because like the roller coaster of emotions that the game took you through, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was up high and I went down low as I've been all season, and I ended the game back on cloud 9, you know what I mean? So all I cared about, I remember someone posting like our next run of 5 fixtures, in it, and I was like, it was a tough run. We had like what, Newcastle, Forest, City, and obviously these Europa League games. And I was like, we can lose every single game as long as we win the Lyon games. I don't care. And that's what we've done, innit? So we made it through to the next round. Tough matchup. I think I seen Nico Williams go injured as well, you know. So I don't know. We might have caught another break there, but I don't know. Like I feel like
that's why I don't think he played against Real.
Yeah, so boy, I don't know, man. I don't know how you guys are feeling about this competition, but I'm not feeling too shabby. On the next bracket, we got Bodo Glimt who we've already played. I believe we already played them in the Europa League this year. No, I can't remember what the score was.
That team does sound familiar, so I think maybe we
Yeah,
have.
I'm pretty sure we already played them this year, and Tottenham we played several times this year and haven't won one game yet.
Yeah, they've been slapping our head, boy.
Yeah.
Slapping our head.
So
We beat
could
Bodo
end up-
3-2.
we beat Bodø 3-2. Yeah. All right. Rasmus Højlund scored 2.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm not feeling too shabby about our prospects of the teams we got to play in the final. I feel like the toughest team left to play is the team we have in the semis, and we have 2 shots at it. So I'm feeling good. I don't know about you guys. What do you think?
This system's worked.
Oh yeah, sorry. I forgot to say. Oh, Ahmad might possibly be back for those games as well.
Ooh.
As we've seen, he's back on grass.
That's a big boost.
Yeah,
that's a big boost. It seems it's weird. It's like with the comparison between the Premier League and the Europa League with this formation. Either the team have this level of motivation, and maybe the team talks are different. I don't know. They just seem to rise it a bit in the Europa League, which they definitely don't do in the Premier League. Maybe it's the physicality of the Premier League compared to the Europa League. I don't know, but it seems that we have better joy in the Europa League. So that's the only sort of feeling of confidence that I will take into the Bilbao game, man. And now he's going to treat it like a cup final or 2 cup finals. Essentially, he's saying he's going to use the Premier League games to flesh out some youngsters, which I agree with. So yeah, looking forward to it. I think it wouldn't surprise me if United go on and win it. It really wouldn't surprise me. That sort of what you call luck or skin of their teeth mentality, sort of. Obviously, different management, but sort of different, same style as we did with the FA Cup last year, where we've done horrible in the league, and obviously this time in the league is the worst ever. But just to save a small amount of face, a title is won or a cup is won, and that gives us something to propel us and look forward to next year. So, because I don't know, I'm not saying they will sack him if he doesn't win the Europa League, but if it's a case where he finishes 16th and 15th, 16th, and it's like no Champions League, no Europa League, and it's just 15th, 16th, and we were in a better position before he got removed, or he got brought in, sorry, then yeah, I know you can point and say, look, these aren't my players, but that I guess the excuses wear thin after a while, isn't it?
Yeah,
after every weekend. He talks a good game, and initially it's like, yeah. But when it's like, we're just getting slapped up by anyone.
He has to show us a sign of life. He has to show some sign of, he has to show us.
Yeah.
He has to show us something promising. They can't just be losing. Like, go win something as well.
Kind of way.
Give someone something to believe in. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, I'll be a pulse or something.
I've got no faith. They're top 4 in La Liga. The finals at their stadium.
Yeah,
I've got no faith at all. I was talking about it with this. We just said they're better than us. We simply have to win. Like, we simply have to win. I just have no faith, man. All I've done is see this team lose. Really.
Well, where's the first leg?
Outside of Sevilla, we've done pretty decently against Spanish teams in this competition. Actually, I'm chatting shit. We lost to Villarreal in the final as well, innit?
Yeah.
I'm sure. I remember on the run to that final. I remember us busting up Sociedad.
Yes.
I remember us
No.
I remember us busting up Real Betis. I remember us busting up Barcelona. We beat Sociedad again this year. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we've done all right against Spanish opposition, have we not? The last time we faced Bilbao, they played us off the park, but that was another United ago. Yeah.
Another life. Are you guys feeling confident, or are you just up for it?
I'm feeling like, bro, this is like we're in the semi-finals now. We've given ourselves more than a puncher's chance. If Ahmad is back, we've given ourselves a puncher's chance and some quality. Bruno's in the form of his fucking life. We are hard to score against, but we shoot us off in the foot a lot. So it's a weird conundrum. If we scored goals, it wouldn't be a big deal. Like the issue, the Wolves game. In recent weeks, we've done it in several games. Played well, created chances, not being able to score, give up like a shit goal. You know what I mean? Like, I remember I seen some Wolves fans tweeting they haven't scored a free kick in years, and that's how we lost on the weekend. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. If you can't score goals, you can't win games. But
And
if we
put you on that, just to point you on that, like, is that? Can we point at Amorim that Højlund is having a stinker?
No, because he was struggling on the Ten Hag as well. You do remember he
So
didn't score a goal in his first 16 Premier League games last season. And then he had that nice little patch where he scored like 7 in 6. And then he ended the season with like 3 in 2 as well. So he scored his goal in like he scored all his goals in maybe like 5, 6, 7, 8 games in the 38 game season. So this season, obviously, when Amorim came in, I felt like going forward, we struggled with the adjustment to his formation. And I felt like he made us a less threatening team in the guise of trying to make us more solid. And I feel like he's made us. I feel like he's made us more. It's so dumb because I say this, but we always fucking concede goals. So I don't. It's like I don't see. You're not really seeing the point, but like.
Because now
I don't feel like we're going into these games and getting dominated anymore. And I felt like that was happening a lot on the Ten Hag, and that was happening a lot.
Improved with him like in the last month or so. Attackers are what they are, right? Like they don't have the quality to hurt teams, but we've definitely
how we've been playing in recent weeks. I felt like if we had a Rashford and an Ahmad, we would have scored some more goals. You know what I mean? But we have Højlund and we have Garnacho, so that's the difference at this level. You know what I mean?
You think that is adding to his grace? The argument that he hasn't got his players.
Yeah, but even Xerxes, who was trying, it was showing. Would you say he was showing some signs of life? He's finally showing some signs.
After the Newcastle game, where everyone thought this guy could leave.
Yeah, but the way he fought back from that was crazy. Because I thought after that, I was like, this has to be it, right? You know what I mean? But he's come back. The fans fucking love him now. Like he's like a fan favorite now. His general play, which was really disappointing me, has improved. Still some work to do regarding the goal threat, but he's showing his physicality now. He's starting to show some of his technical skills as well. And then bam, he's out for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
So these are the things that just kind of make me feel sorry for my man, innit? Because he's left a situation where he's built the best team in Portugal to come to this shit show.
They said that we've lost 11 league games under him. That's the amount he lost at Sporting in 114 games.
Oh, I think he is shell shocked. And I think he's been really composed in the media, yeah. I think he's really been, but I can see in his eyes, he is shell shocked. Like he did.
You can't show any weakness to these.
He had no idea what he was getting himself into. No idea. He had no idea of the magnitude of the monster that was standing in front of him. And he knows now, and he's trying to say all the right things, and he's trying to be all composed, but you can tell he's like, fake. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Big job. Obviously, big money, but big job. You know what I mean?
Good luck to him, man. Everyone feels like they can slay this giant. Everyone thinks they're the one that can pull the stone, the sword out the stone.
Yeah.
So let's see if it's gonna be you, Huben. Let's see.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, I hope we can get past Bilbao. I think if we get past Bilbao, I think we win it. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Like rest all the guys you have to.
Losing to Tottenham in a final would be insane.
It would be insane.
I don't think anything could be lower than that.
Yeah, that would mean shut the club down.
Being the team to give Tottenham their first trophy since in the Bronze Age.
Yeah.
I don't know anything worse than that.
Yeah, I think.
I'd rather lose in the semi-finals. I'd rather lose in the semi-finals than that happen.
This is like if you had a flash forward and you're told you can beat Bilbao, but you'll lose to Spurs in the final. You'd rather
my days, Nico Williams hat trick, please. Put me out my misery.
Oh, that's funny.
I was, my good brothers. Yeah, we'll see. That was a crazy, crazy night. It was insane because
I really enjoyed
that.
Like,
obviously talking to people, like just general, you're chatting to your mates and stuff, even people who don't watch football. I'm like, yeah, listen, man, I'm not in the mood. Like, I've just watched my team somehow go from 2-0 up and comfy to 4-2 down against 10 men. Our season's done. And then a person checking in like the next day, like, we won. What? Yeah. Insane. That made new goal. My brain flew out of my head. Man. It reminded me of the Wolves finish. Just the opening up the body, the far post. The lad is
he's really good at that finish. That finish. He's sick of that finish.
Yeah,
He used to be a striker, right? Isn't it? So,
Back in the day, yeah.
back in the
So,
day,
yeah.
I forgot
He's a
him.
good finisher. I feel like all of his goals have been really good finishes.
Mm.
Even the one in the FA Cup final as
Oh,
well.
that was a great finish.
Yeah, he's
Goal
class.
against Liverpool, great finish.
He has quite the catalogue, like you say, man.
Yeah.
Let's quickly do our awards. So let's start with the get Big Sam in as defensive coach if he's not managing. So this is the managerial award of the week: positive, negative manager performance. Typically it's one, but a lot of you sometimes come with 2, 3, 4, even more. I'll start with you, Dr. Michael. Who's your Big Sam winner?
Oh man, I hate to say it, man. I hate to say it, but they had a perfect week. You got to give it to Mikel Arteta, man. You got to give it to him. Like, you know, that's the other side. That's those are the ops. But you know, you go to the Bernabeu and you win 2-0.
We're saying credit where credit's due.
Credit where credit's due.
Paying them off the park and back-to-back ties.
Yeah,
you know,
fair.
you slay. We talk about slaying the dragon.
Yeah.
Hey man, you slay Real Madrid. In this, yeah, come on, man. You
And
just
a good
got
feel-good win against
You got to
Ipswich as
applaud
well.
it. You got to applaud it. Yeah, so Mikel Arteta.
Reemz, how about you?
You know, I'm gonna give it to Vitor Pereira, just because since he's coming to Wolves, saved them from relegation. They're level on points with us now. He's won 5 on the bounce. You know, really turned them into a tough team to play against, a tough team to score against. The way they defended the box on the weekend, you know what I mean. We had to work for our chances. We had good chances, but there's other dangerous opportunities we had, and the way they defended the box that's really snuffed out those chances. So yeah, he's come in there and he's really done a good job with that team. And they have talented players as well. So Gary O'Neill's our guy on this pod. Gary O'Neill. This was a Gary O'Neill enjoying pod, but yeah, Vitor's come in there and he's done a really good job still. So I'll give him his flowers.
Yeah, fair. I'm gonna go negative. Graham Potter contrives to not beat Southampton at home. This is a guy who 2 years ago
He gave Southampton the point they needed. They needed to avoid history.
He contrived to give one of the worst Premier League sides we've ever seen the ability to skip immortality. So kudos to him. And just the West Ham side looks shit. Like they just look shit, devoid of ideas, devoid of inspiration. This is a manager who a couple of years ago had the British football world in the palm of his hands, and it was just a matter of where and when. It's gone to Chelsea, absolutely fallen apart for him. And obviously he'll get summer and he'll probably get an opportunity to bring some players in, but not looking good, Brev, for Graham Potter. The next one is it's not double denim, moment that had you rattled this week. I'll start with you this time, Reemz.
It's obviously the Ryan Shirky girl. I don't know which goal had been the most rattled.
Oh, it does. Lacazette, the way he was celebrating.
I was in the shower for that one, so I missed
it. Okay.
My head would have been on the moon because letting Lacazette score is. Oh my God. I would have been on the moon if I had to witness that. It might be the Ryan Shirky goal still. That goal. Because I still don't understand how that goal happened because Dallo won the ball back. I don't understand how the ball ended up at Shirky's feet.
Us, bro. It
doesn't make no sense. It doesn't make no sense. Make no sense, bro.
Of all the places to end up, Ryan Shirky perfectly in stride.
Oh my goodness, bro.
I swear that it was in the back of the net.
Bart Simpson fucking trim rooted to the fucking spot. Oh my days, bro. My head left orbit. I'm telling you.
You know what? It was so quick, yeah. It was in the back of the net before I knew what had happened.
No chance. No keeper saving that.
What? It was like, what?
Oh my days, what a fucking finish, bro. I was fuming.
Got that shot off in like 0.02 seconds. It was insane.
Last week, he chipped Onana in a split second. I was like, fucking hell, bro. This guy is too good, bro.
Yeah.
My head was gone.
Cobb, how about you, Dr. Michael? What's your moment that had you rattled?
Yeah, well, we have to talk about that game. I think, obviously, as I was saying, with the game, I was seeing it in intervals. So I was traveling back home from the gig, and I was on the underground, and I saw Lacazette's. It went 3-2. I saw Cherky's goal. I said, "What the fuck?" And then a few minutes later, I see the pen getting given. I see Luke Shaw's madness.
And
so
are you seeing it in between stations, or
yeah,
are you live?
So
you're running out of signal, and then the signal's coming back in the station, and then another goal has been scored. Yeah,
disaster strikes at every stop. Next station,
every stop. I'm seeing the goal. I'm seeing the net ripple, and I'm seeing Leon playing celebrating.
Stop Monument is 4-2.
My head was hot, man. And do you know, it was just like a simple ball over the top that came in. Like it was like over the top. Luke Shaw, like I know he's not played a lot of football.
Nah,
rash challenge.
That cameo was spooky still. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah, you got.
Casemiro's touch was poor. Casemiro's touch was very poor. He redeemed himself with the 3. I call it 3 assists because he won the penalty and he got 2 assists for the 2 latter goals. So lucky, you're right. Let me go to the phase before Casemiro's touch. I don't know what. Do you know? Sometimes I'm confused by this guy. I'm like, you've been at the top. 5 Champions Leagues? You've played at the creme de la creme. Then a ball over the top. You're miscontrolling it. I know it was late in the game, extra time. Then Luke Shaw, obviously, he's trying to cover for his mate, makes a rash challenge. He's not played a lot of football. And then when you see Lacazette score, I just kept on thinking about how true should call it. I was like a blood clot's there. That's what I was saying in my head as my man laced it. And yeah, man, I thought that was it. I thought
that game they would have milked that Lacazette goal. Oh man,
that was not just for Leo. That was for Arsenal. I know he thought
110.
We would have been in trouble.
Yeah, I thought we were done, man. And then imagine I'm on the ground for like 50 minutes. I get out, I check live score, I see 5-4. Do you know in your head is like, I can't do the maths. I'm like, we didn't score 3 goals.
You know what? Yeah, to be fair to you, the confusion you must have been feeling.
I was delirious, bro.
The situation that this guy been. I've been in that situation. Sorry, I've been in that situation before when you're losing and you're on the underground and you don't know what's going on, and all you have is the bad feeling of knowing you're losing, and then you hop off the underground and you see that you've turned it around and that elation.
I couldn't understand. I was probably like, I had to check I was on the wrong date or something like that. I was like, when did we play Leon and win 5-4? Like, what date was this, cuz? What? Then I go on TNT Sport. I'm waiting for the upload. I'm just reloading YouTube. Like, where's TNT going to upload this? I know it's real. I was like, what's his name? I was like, Simon P. I needed to see this for myself. I needed to see the holes in the hand. I needed to see this real. So, yeah, that had me rattled for sure, man. But, yeah, it was a good thing in the end.
Yeah. Moment that had me rattled, like I just said, it was Lacazette's penalty. He celebrated like he'd won the World Cup. They're all coming off the dugout. They're all jumping about. Managers in there jumping about. I'm sick. I'm like, what the hell is going on here, man? Like, how have we contrived to be 4-2? We weren't creating chances anymore at that point.
Can I ask you a question, Morayo?
Yeah.
At that moment, was it worse than the Sevilla game in Ten Hag's first season?
Yeah.
Actually, it couldn't have been because I felt like this game meant more than that game did.
This was worse. Because I was already like in semi-final mode. Like, yeah, man, semi-final. We're just there, man. You know, it's a light team. We can get finals. We got the Rangers are built by its calm, man. I'm getting it together. You and your guys, I'm team tight here. We're moving. We conceded 4 goals without response. 2 of them against 10 men. When Lacazette scored, I said, fucking Lacazette, man. Lacazette. I was rattled. My head was gone. And then when Maguire's, man, what a team. What a club, man. What a club. Like, even in our shittest period, we've had some days in the sun, man. It's crazy. We've like, we talk about how bad it was under Ten Hag. He won a trophy in each of his 2 seasons here. And Amorim is on the verge of another final potentially. So yeah, we do failure a bit different to other clubs, man. Next one I've got is the agenda of the week. What's your agenda this week, Dr. Michael?
You know, I'm looking at Forest and I'm thinking, are they going to bottle it? Are they going to bottle this top 4? Like, you know, they spent a long time up there. you know, and then their form dipped a bit. Obviously, we went out there and obviously we had Elanga doing a 100-meter sprint on us. And I'm just looking at them. And obviously, I know they're playing Tottenham later today.
But even in that game, we pretty much this was another game like Wolves where we've outplayed the team and had all these chances to score, and we've not been able to score, and they've scored their like one chance that they created
on the break. Yeah. It's interesting because obviously not historically, in previous management, we've been more like bar Van Gaal, I'd say we've been more like on the break, you know, running on the break, catching teams on the break. But I guess Amorim's converting us to a team where we can control the play a lot more. We probably don't always get into some threatening positions. Obviously, we're not scoring, not being clinical enough. I think that's the clear issue. But yeah, I agree with you. I think that game was Elanga surprised us, and then we were trying to knock on the door, and nothing came of it. But yeah, I'm interested to see Forest bottle it. Hopefully they don't, but I think it just shows you that it's a whole season, and you know, just because you Christmas time you're in the top 4, don't mean you'll finish there by the end of the season.
Yeah. Agreed. How about you, Reemz? What moment had you rattled? Rattled. What's your agenda?
It'd be nice if Manchester United could score a goal in the first 15 minutes of a match.
Yeah, that ain't happening
in the Premier League. In the Premier League, that'd be nice.
I don't think that's happening.
You don't think we have the facilities for that?
No, not at the minute, bro.
You know what? Ruben Amorim, why don't you just be brave? Give Chido Obi a start. Let's see how that goes.
Just why not?
Worst that could happen. We lose. You've lost 100 times already. Like, let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens.
That's true, you know. Yeah, because Hoyland's had enough chance. I know he said he just needs to go or whatever. I can't remember what he said on the weekend
what's
regarding
the worst that could happen that we haven't already seen?
Yeah, it's true. You know, it sounds like a Dr. Pepper ad.
Versus the potential upside of this kid could score like 2 goals, and all of a sudden we're something to look forward to for the rest of the season.
Yeah, agreed. Agenda. Can't even be contrived to have one, to be honest with you. Enzo Maresca, we're watching you, brother. We're watching you. We are watching.
You got away with one yesterday.
We're watching you, Enzo Maresca. He's done the rare start strong and finish weak. You rarely see that concoction.
Can I ask you a question here? Do you feel like whenever a team starts strong and finishes weak, it leaves a bitter taste in the season's mouth versus the other way around?
Yeah, of course.
Because you've essentially had the same season.
Yeah, you're right. You have had the same season. But what the finishing strong does is give you the hope for next season. So you know, okay, so for example, you finish strong now, you're like, okay, we're gonna get a few. You start to talk, you know the things we do as fans, right? You talk yourself into the summer window, some players improving, and now you're in the title race. You understand what I'm saying? So, they are now as bad as they were when Poch started.
Psychological.
Which is insane because they spent a hell of a lot of money to get to where they are.
The lasting taste they've left in everyone's mind is the poor form.
Yes.
Whereas in the reverse, the lasting taste you've left is you winning all your games at the end of the season. You know what I mean?
The manager slightly making it click, etc. Jadon Sancho, look at Man United, they wasted him, blah blah blah.
Look at PSG. PSG started the season kind of. Remember, like in the Champions League, they didn't even qualify. They had to go through the playoffs. Remember?
I remember.
Now they're cooking at the end of the season. Everyone's like, "This is the best team. This is the best team around." Right now.
It's a marathon. Don't blow too early.
Yeah. Agreed. So Maresca, we're watching you. Cool. And the last one is the underrated. I know I have talent. Underrated player of the week. Reemz, you always got a few gems to share with the group. Who's your underrated player this week?
You know, I'm gonna come clean with you lot. You know, now that we're creeping into the everybody eats portion of the season, I've abandoned my fantasy Premier League team.
5 million from the
My season's done. I can't pull it back. Who's my underrated player of the week? Oh my god, bro. I'm gonna have to read this just off my imagination, but I don't know what's going on in the Prem this week.
It doesn't even have to be premise anywhere.
Oh, okay.
What else he's thinking? He's not even underrated, but I like Aston Villa. Like, they're not my second team, but if I had to sit down and watch a Premier League team, I love watching Aston Villa. I
You're
love the
getting
way they
goals in
play.
their games.
They get goals in their games. They play good
Speed as
football.
Yuri Tillemans has been the best midfielder in the Prem this year.
Oh, he's solid, man. He was my underrated player a few weeks ago. Was it last week on the pod? Yeah, I think last week. I think he's great, man.
I think I already used him, so I can't use him again.
I think he's very, very good. But his midfield teammate Onana scored a screamer, and you know, sometimes I look at our midfield, and we lack the physicality, we lack tenacity, we lack pace. You know, I remember the reason Wolves scored their free kick was because Cunha got the ball, did a nice turn on the young defender, and Eriksen had to bring him down. And I'm looking at, if we had a guy like Onana in there, maybe that doesn't happen. I don't know. So let me just say Amadou Onana. Let me say him.
Cool. Reemz, you got one?
All the players I'd want to give it to, I've already given it to them.
You can bring one back. I'm gonna do one that I've done before.
All right. You know, in that case, you know, yeah, I don't even know if he qualifies as that, but maybe Brian Mbeumo. I think the season he's having is low key being slept on. You know, 18 goals and 6 assists.
18 goals now. Wow.
You see what he's saying? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's on his way to 20. I don't know if he could creep towards 10 assists. But yeah, he's having one of the best seasons probably we've seen from a player in that mid-table team range. So yeah, I guess Brandon Mbeumo. Oh.
Sweet. I said this again. I'm gonna say it again. I said before. I'm gonna say it again. Nico Paz at Como. It's pure hoops, man. It's pure hooper. Seen a crazy assist for Diao on the weekend. Jessica's got himself a group of little ballers over there, man. Comfortably mid-table, so they're staying up. Probably get a couple of loans for players at better clubs, and yeah, shout out Nico Paz, man. I think he's going right to stop, to be honest.
Serious baller. I don't think Real Madrid will take him back as well, so he'll go to he'll make him for another good club. Agreed.
Cool. Let's quickly whiz through listeners' questions. You can tell where the fan base is based on the number of listeners' questions. Got 4. That one is from Bricks God. Shout out Jeff. On a scale of 9 to 10, how much do we all want Casemiro to stay until 2028?
I'm at about until 2028.
That's wow.
But I'd keep him for next season, definitely.
Yeah.
After that, I'm not depending on what he looks like. After that, I'm not too sure, but definitely keep him around for next season. Just especially if we're losing like your Evanses and all of those like other like vet guys. Yeah.
Good vet, fair. Alexander Tau. A lot of United fans will look at Saka and his bone of Arsenal fans with envy, whilst at the same time display spite and contempt for Rashford. Is Arsenal simply a better cultural fit for Black English players than the Northern clubs? If so, how is this issue addressed?
Sorry, say that again.
A lot of United fans will look at Saka and his bond with Arsenal fans with envy, whilst at the same time display spite and contempt for Rashford. Is Arsenal simply a better cultural fit for Black English players than the Northern clubs? If so, how is this issue addressed?
Definitely Arsenal's a better cultural fit, obviously. Just because of like the location, of where it is, like how diverse the club's always been in terms of the players that represents it throughout history and stuff like that. There's relationship with like African players and what have you. And you know, in London, like a lot of the diaspora there is like African. So yeah, definitely up north, bit more marginalized, I would say, a bit more of a minority, even though in London they're still a minority, but there's still a humongous community there as well. So yeah, definitely. How is that addressed? I think the club is something the club will kind of. I don't really know. It's just
more like pastoral care.
It's like it's the culture. Like you can't. How do you have to change the culture of the club? Like at the end of the day, football clubs are built around the culture that they're around, the community organizations. You know what I mean? So it's just a different community that you grow up with. It's a different environment. You know what I mean? Like there's lots of players throughout history that represent Manchester United well as Black players. You know what I mean? Your Andy Coles. You know what I mean? So I think the relationship fans have with players like Rashford is really toxic, but it's like it's hard to address it because they're not willing to. You know what I mean? They don't even realize they're not even willing to acknowledge is a problem. You know what I mean? So it's tough. It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
That's a multifactorial question. Yeah.
It's layered. Good question.
Very layered. Very, very layered question.
Last couple of questions. I think we've answered this one. Honest assessment of Amorim so far. We can't ignore the amount of losses and poor performances. Obviously, he needs to sign his own players, but how many realistic can he get that will actually change things? Is there anything you guys want to add more than what we've already said?
Honestly, 2. If we had Ryan Cherky and Liam Delap, we'd be a much better team. 100%.
Yeah.
2. And Ryan Cherky, the team we started with against Wolves, if you take out
You got
Rasmus Højlund and replace him with Liam Delap, take out Ugarte, replace him with Ryan Cherky, we win that game. I guarantee that.
Yeah. There's just a lack of quality, man. Get Ahmad back in there. You got Bruno playing. Then Yoro's back in the side. Dallo's in the side. Yeah, I think 2 or 3. I think we really need, and 2 of those 3 have to be attackers.
That doesn't necessarily mean like those 2 players is going to make us a title winner.
No. We're talking about winning more games than
make us a competent team. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah,
I agree. And the last one is from Jerry _Stry 81316. Do you think Lend Me a Euro is better than Pop Smoke?
I'm guessing Pop Smoke is in heaven.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Euro is better than him.
Yeah, fair. All right. Great stuff. As always, Reemz, Dr. Michael just had to jump off. A pleasure. We haven't got a midweek game, so we go again next weekend. Who have we got on the weekend?
Bournemouth, I believe.
Bournemouth away. Yeah. Thank you for the defeat, Iraola.
Evan Nelson, it was a pleasure. Congratulations on your 2 goals. Congratulations on your brace. How will we lose next week?
And then we got Bilbao. All right. Nice one, Reemz. Peace, bro.
Love.